today. It's the National Football League. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Tigers taking on the Houston Texans.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Tigers. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run with Sanders. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
45-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Looking to throw. McGee, it's caught. And it's 8-0. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Prescott. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
A gain of 12. And the Texans first down.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
A great play there. his first touchdown on the year. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
His guys take over first down.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now this throw caught left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From a yard out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Point conversion.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deebo Samuel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Off the play fake, McGee. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Off play action, McGee. He'll rifle this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken the lead. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. This one's caught. And it's... stretches their lead up to 8.
22, Texans 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Ebron caught left side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Third down.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Houston.
Prescott now. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Derwin James on the coverage.
Prescott from the gun. Short little throw to Ebron. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. In trouble, and he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Off the play fake. McGee.
The goal for any offense versus his own.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Samuel bringing in the slant. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Off play action. McGee. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McGee. Now he'll let it go deep right. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire.
And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. 39 yards there, a big one. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because Already, we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
First down and
the offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Off the play fake. McGee sliding out of the pocket. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. And man, Charles, talking about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
First and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about...
This is caught inside the 15. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open. And
he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Chase Claypool. His second touchdown on the season. And this offense is running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
14. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always... Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Fourth down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken at around the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Over first and 10. At the
good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Wide open receiver complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Off play action. McGee. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The final shot before break. McGee eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw and got his man complete. And he will go out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Texans 21.
So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 19... Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. 25-yard. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. To try again after the sack. Prescott, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
29-yard line.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. McGee. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
Texans 21. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being...
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jalen Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. McGee escaping the pressure right. He's going to... And this is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And that one results in 35 yards. Off the play fake. McGee. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count?
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count. Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Prescott on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. Third down here.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Here's Prescott. Got his target, Samuel. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans claw one back. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And oh my, mistake there. Backs up, takes a fair catch at the 3-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 3-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 68 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 14.
Here's Prescott. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
First down, Texans.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And some room to maneuver. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Touchdown.
Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable. He just bumped up his personal stats with a 2nd score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up and starts to think about contract time, that's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think I'm you. I just appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have him in fantasy.
No, you are.
Thanks. The Chicago offense set to get started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. McGee. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. McGee. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 3rd and long. McGee on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
2nd and 10.
Now Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Houston.
Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans claw one back.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Give him 30 yards there. Off the play fake. McGee. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 39 yards there, a big one. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 3 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, Charles, you said it after the 4th down stop. That's almost guaranteed points the other way, and that comes to fruition with a touchdown.
Well, the unnecessary risk did come back to haunt them, didn't it? End up getting those points that I predicted that they were going to give up because it's guaranteed points if you don't make that play.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A 1st down throw for Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Prescott can't get away, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
A loss of 6 yards.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
He'll take it at the 42. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Play action. McGee. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Off the play fake. McGee. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Off play action. McGee.
I like the thought process.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. There we go now as they will again try for two.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Third and long for Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Off the play fake. McGee, they'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. He's got it at the 15. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up four fingers college sign.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. And now once again, they'll line up to go for two.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Houston set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punt.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Play action. McGee rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
The pass.
Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, making man.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, Prescott stripped. It's going the other way. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spent all this time on it with the fundamentals.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
By Byron Murphy.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Third down.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of his end zone, Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Off the play fake. McGee. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles. But defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take the...
This is caught at the 20, and he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man. Complete.
That's good.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown
This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a lead will swell by one more.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.